Cam, you want to give us an intro? Are we live? Are we going? That's a yes.
What episode is this?
Who cares?
Yeah. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Unemployable Podcast. Today we have a special guest, Alex Adams. Some of our younger male audience may be very familiar with him.
Like you?
All right, bro. All you kids must love Alex. All you kids know about Alex Adams.
Hope you kids at home are watching.
Yep. We know you. You watch him in the lunchroom.
All my child fans, hello. How are you doing?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. It's just the innocence with which you say some of these things is the best part. You weren't even trying to be a degenerate. You were
No, you're trying to be super nice and polite and well-mannered. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah. Everyone under 18 that loves Alex Adams.
Oh, man. Who is he to you, Cam?
Porn star?
All right, cool.
Successful one, I guess.
Yeah.
Very few of those.
Yeah, I would say they're
Really, though,
Rare
right?
thing.
Yeah, I would say it's probably rare for at least a male to be successful in the industry.
That's sexist.
It really is.
What did we see Johnny Sins driving? A fucking Model Y Tesla?
Yeah, it's depressing.
A while back on TikTok, I saw him driving a Model Y, and I was like, Johnny, please don't tell me that's your car. Please tell me you're making more money than that, Johnny. Christ.
Well, because you did have your one friend that had
Dude's got a lot of
Prius,
jobs.
right? And
Oh,
you were
he's-
like,
He's talking about Alzante.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. But
it could be that. Maybe.
No.
It wasn't.
well, there's some people with
Tell Cam that story, because I don't think he's ever heard that volume of wealth before with the Prius.
well, a friend of mine told me, like, who owned multiple supercars and stuff, like, sold all of them and then just got a Prius. And he told me that it was the best feeling in the world. Because it's, driving around, like when you have money for supercars, but then you just drive something, like a Prius with a dent in the back, it's just freeing.
Yeah.
But he showed it to me. It was a newer Prius I got, and I was like, this is pretty nice. I looked at him and I was like, because I already knew that I knew what he was feeling driving this. And I looked at him and I was like, how does it feel? And he's like, it feels amazing.
Freedom.
But now he's got a few other, really fancy cars again now.
Weekend cars.
But he went through a little phase where, he LARPed as a person in poverty.
Weren't you like, oh, maybe I should do it? And he's like, oh, you're not rich enough?
Yeah. He said, like, I hope I can do this one day. And he's like, well, you're not rich enough yet. And I was like, one day I'm going to get to that level.
You guys just started a podcast, right?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Unfortunately.
We're podcasters now.
Nice.
No more sex with women. I'm done with it.
We're retired from sex work.
But I kind of heard this
Ban
setup.
it. Ban porn.
I like the setup. It sounds relaxed.
Yeah, it's chill.
Well, you guys are like out on the porch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can hear people hammering
we
away.
do some.
What, building the house?
Yeah, building a roof, yeah.
Yeah, we do some dabs. We take some dabs, shotgun some beers,
Nice.
do some coke, and then we just roll.
Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Show people how to manufacture methamphetamine in their bathtub.
Yeah. For the viewers at home.
Yeah, we want other people
Right.
to have fun too.
And be able to participate in
Yeah.
the channel.
Yeah.
I get that.
Because we said it like an hour into when we were recording. I was just like, does there really need to be more of this? Does there need to be two more idiots?
Like in the
talking-
world.
Yeah. Does it really need to be like just two idiots talking about supercars
Nonsense.
and guns and society, their stupid opinions on people? And it's like, yeah, why not? It's free.
Yeah. The only thing that probably could have made it better if you were on the back of a pickup truck.
That would have been, yeah. Well, that's Sam Hyde special.
That's right, baby.
Yeah, that would be good.
The F-150 filmmaker package with the big
I told
light.
him I wanted him to get the new Ford Raptor R, like the new one. It's got the V8.
Oh, because you were kind of talking about getting like an SUV or like
I'm
something.
getting the Genesis.
He is not going to do that.
A Genesis?
Yeah, it's like the Hyundai, but like with nicer plastic in it.
Like the
coupe?
Genesis
The coupe?
SUV that
the
Tiger
SUV.
Woods flipped over
He
a while back.
almost lost his leg as he flipped it.
Is that why you want it?
Kinda, yeah.
Did you have one of those, Logan?
But yeah, I want one of those.
For real?
I'm like, yeah. That's why
What were you telling me you were going to get last time you were here?
Oh,
Or that you were interested in?
probably like 100 different things. RSQ8,
Yeah, I think that's
Range
what it was.
Rover was heavily mid. Honestly, Fuck Range Rover. Those cars are terrible.
Yeah, I would judge you if you drove one.
I don't know what he expects because I'm a Range Rover seller. I like Range Rovers.
Disgusting.
It's the Sport SVR. It's the V8. It sounds great. It's boxy. It looks cool.
But that's the only one that you can even consider.
No, I'd get a full size. I almost got one a couple weeks ago. The new body full size. But then I was like, kind of like, this is compared to the G-Wagon, it's just not special enough. It's like not really.
Yeah, but I think even
And they want like, everybody wants like 40, 50, 60K.
It was $200,000 for.
I know. That's why I'm like,
No,
I think you're going through
if I
something.
bought
I heard
that-
you were driving Aston Martins too.
Such a bad.
The past month we've driven a lot of. The Aston Martin was absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
I mean, at best it was like kind of mid. But for
'cause
that car, I've always heard Astons were not good. I've driven another one before.
So I went and test drove.
And it wasn't good. But then I thought I drove the DBS and they look great.
They do.
And it's got a twin turbo V12. It's like,
But you weren't happy with the drive.
it's just the ride's terrible. It
'Cause I
doesn't,
saw
it
you-
doesn't handle good. Like it loses the back end constantly.
Immediately. Bro,
It doesn't really, like it
so
sounds okay.
Yeah.
It's just, at the interiors, it's wrapped, everything's covered in leather, but like the leather quality's not very good.
like cheap.
The infotainment's out of like, from like 2008 Mercedes
Yeah, that I've always
infotainment.
heard. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a tragedy, man. Like I'd love to. I think they look great. I think the brand's cool. I remember when I was a kid, I listened to like the Aston Martin music. You know, Rick Ross or whatever.
You weren't a kid. That was in your 20s.
Well, whatever. Yeah, same thing.
I get it.
But and it's like the cars. But you know, a lot of things in life aren't as good as you want them to be.
What do you think about Kia Soul?
I think it's a solid choice.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. You're drinking and driving, Kia Soul's the way to go. Bro, I remember.
Yeah, I want to start drinking and driving again. To be honest.
Bro, I remember like 10 years ago when those first came out, I was like talking to this girl at the gym. She's like, I just got a new car. It's really cool. And it was like a green Kia Soul. And she starts playing music and the speaker, there was lights around the speakers that like would pulse to the music.
Damn.
And I'm like, bro, if you're
I'm
drunk as
slacking.
fuck and you're in this car and you're listening to Lady Gaga, the Mouse song, and you just run into a couple people or something, it's like, that's gotta be fun.
I got a Honda Elantra rental car. I mean, this was probably 6 years ago. This was like one of the second Audi I had. Was in the shop for a few days, and they didn't have any
Seven?
Audis. I think the RS7, yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
they
give
said
you-
like
they
we
give
can
you
take you
that?
to Enterprise and get you a rental car, and they just
Yeah.
had some Honda Elantra, and I was like, because back then I thought I was a rich person. Looking back on it, I was
Were you
like
confused?
borderline poverty. Yeah. As I make more and more money, the more I'm like, I'm poor. I have no money.
Right.
How am I ever gonna? How am I gonna? You know
Survive.
how much expensive like yachts are? Like I don't have any money at all.
Yeah.
But they gave me this Honda Elantra, and I had a great time with it.
Right.
I got in there, and it had maybe like 80 horsepower. It felt. It
I feel like
felt so
that's
slow that it
dangerous.
was. Oh, it felt. It was dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Even like getting off and on an exit.
Oh,
ramp
yeah.
On
You know,
the
you're
highway.
putting
It was
life on the
scary,
line
but
every
it was
time.
like it was kind of thrilling. And then at lights, I would just floor it, and the engine sounded like it was going to explode, and it was so slow, and I just laugh and laugh. I was like, "This is great."
Yeah. I'm gonna blow this car up.
So that makes me feel good that like one day when I lose everything, I'll still have a good time.
You could settle in,
Like, I mean, this is more fun anyway.
you could settle into a Hyundai Elantra and be like, man, it was good to be back.
Dude, we'll like rent
It
cars.
felt like
when I-
driving a lawnmower.
Yeah. We'll rent cars when I travel and I'm like used to the certain speed of a car, acceleration.
Yeah.
And then when it's not there, but you think it's there, that's dangerous.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
You're like, I'll just cut them off real quick. No, I won't.
Well,
Well, like get
especially
into an
if-
accident.
Especially if you're a BMW driver, because that just programs you to just choose just
Violence.
the largest amount of violence you can.
Yeah.
Turn
So I can't
signals don't
drive
work.
like, yeah. Like I drove like a Golf R, which was still kind of quick, but I was still like almost gone to like 6 accidents because I couldn't move quick enough to avoid my own mistakes. Like you know what I mean? You need that. It's like I can't go back to driving a regular car.
You haven't been in a BMW in a while,
I
have
know,
you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Nick goes back and forth from like cool performance coupe BMW type car to then SUV performance car or just kind of mid NPC car. But like the Golf was,
Disgusting.
you know, it was like an enthusiast car, but it was a little gay bug
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
It was enthusiast in the
And he got rid of a Porsche Cayman for it.
Bro, it was so bad.
And
Was
I
this
at the
this
ti-
year or last year?
It was 2 years ago. My phone showed me a picture of it. It was like, hey, here's your memory. Here's a mistake you made.
Remember me?
Yeah, and I was like, it's a
Yeah.
picture like in Brickell of the Golf next to the Porsche. And I looked at it and I was just like, Fuck.
I remember texting, like, we started hanging out not too long before he did that. And I was just like, bro, don't.
He's on the phone with me.
I was like, you
Called
don't,
me.
like, what do you do? Bro, you don't get a less expensive car. You get you trade in for a more expensive. So don't go backwards.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's just
I'm a failure.
laziness.
Yeah, I was like, I'm a failure. SunTrust Bank got me. I'm at 14% interest. I got to get rid of this car.
Right.
I was like, who gives a shit? Just make more money somehow.
Kim, do you understand Nick's way of life?
It's disgusting. Don't ever live like this.
Seems little.
Can you well, how many cars have you had this year?
I know you're not happy with your current purchase. I do know that.
Well, just the transmission's fucking awful. How many cars this year?
Yeah.
I think 3. I started the year.
And it's always you just have one car and you just keep changing it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Explain to Cam how this works.
So you need to leverage this thing
Maybe you'll
called
inspire him.
credit. You just have really good credit and then live with your mother and don't pay rent and only spend money on cars and tattoos and Chick-fil-A.
You writing this down?
I think I've got like 2 of those 3 things down already.
Why do you think I brought it up?
You know?
Tell me to get a new car.
But it's like, yeah, in like the past like 3 years, I've probably had like 12 cars. And I don't have any money. And not because of the cars. I just didn't have to begin with. I just figured out a way to make it work a little bit. You put like $3,000 down and you
Become unsatisfiable.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, but you can't win. Because now, like, I've gone through everything, every car I could possibly get within, like, reason. And that's when you have, like, an existential crisis and you're like,
There is no happiness.
I need a Lamborghini.
yeah, you're just like, look in the mirror and it's like, there's nothing left.
I told him, if you want a good car performance, like, I mean, 500K at least, $1 million.
Yeah.
They're out there, but you got to spend a little bit of money.
Yeah, you gotta-
If you want
You
an
have to be
all around
willing to
good,
put in the work to
because
look
like
for
most
it.
cars, man, even these like $80,000, $100,000 cars, it's like they're good at a couple things, but like the full once you drive a lot of different cars, man, it's like you just get a Prius and just give up. It's just too,
start
unless you can
putting
have
sores on
like
your body.
I got like 5 cars.
Yeah.
So it's like you can,
Well, because I'll relate it to like shoes, right?
Yeah.
Like I have one for every occasion. I have some that hit a couple of those occasions. And the real trick is if you have so many, you're only wearing
Like 10 of them.
you're only wearing that shoe a few times a year. So
Yeah.
it stays in good condition.
Yeah.
So if you have a bunch of cars, like you're not putting that many miles, you have it for exactly what it's supposed to do. Like if you have to do this kind of trip or that kind of trip, like it's specialized.
But you don't have loans on those shoes, right? Okay.
they got
like when-
$900 a month.
Payment on the off-whites.
Some people do that though. You can do that, right?
Firm, baby.
Yeah.
I've been doing it all the time.
I
I was gonna
financed a pair of
say,
Reeboks for
I
$68.
keep seeing like more like
Yeah.
apps or options
Yo,
to like make payments.
There's some shops doing a firm for tattoos now, dude.
Oh no,
That's wild.
they'll let
That's
you finance a T-shirt, bro. A $20 T-shirt. It's like 4 payments, $8.
I think companies are kind of saved by it though. Like the bank pays you out, and then a firm pays the bank.
Yeah, but it's all like debt collection.
Yeah.
And essentially like you're making money off the fact that people don't have it right now.
Yeah, in a firm you don't have to have credit.
Well, it's
they
just-
just give it to you.
I think you just reached a point in this country where it's horrific to think that someone is trying to finance a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the people, like the business people are like,
Yeah.
I don't even
Give me that $5 a month for
We
that
can do
t-shirt.
But it's
8%.
literally like, hey, do you want to pay like $20 for the T-shirt, or do you want to use a firm and pay $24?
Yeah.
And they're like, 24.
Yeah.
And it's like, we thought you were stupid.
yeah. Because you see that Mr. B shirt and you're like, I don't get paid until next week.
but I need that fucking
Right.
shirt.
But it's like, bro, it's
They're
like,
like, Mr. Beast takes out loans, so will I.
yeah, it's like if you're not a complete booger person, you have a credit card and you're just like, bing. You know what I mean? But I guess maybe some people don't have credit. That model to me doesn't make, it's just kind of crazy.
I think a firm.
Yeah, there's a lot of
it's
people that
sort of-
can't like. I don't think their credit's good enough to get basic credit cards. Maybe.
I don't know, man. Like, I had a family member who had like a 470 credit score from walking away from like 50 or 60 loans. And they gave him a credit card, and they're like, Capital One's like, hey, we got you. And then when he didn't pay them, they just called our house 100,000 times.
They'll do the secured credit cards too.
Yeah, with like using your debit account or whatever.
Yeah, but that's like you don't get any money. I mean, it's like it'd be like for like $300, I think.
Well, to like build your credit, right?
Dude, because for years I had no credit because I was like a homeless person, alcoholic, like.
Yeah.
So my credit score was like a 400 for years, like 500, and then like, yeah, probably, yeah, yeah. I barely have any credit cards at all. I had one for the past couple of years, and I didn't even know I never used it.
Yeah.
I used debit cards and shit.
Yeah, he's got the Bank of America debit card with his picture on it.
It's like 15 years ago. I was like 19 years old.
Yeah.
It's like the kind of shit they give you to be like, oh, this person is actually this person because he can't be trusted. He's like a homeless person, basically.
He's likely to commit fraud. We're gonna put his picture's got to be on the card.
But even like 5 years ago, like I was making a ton of money, and like the bank wouldn't give me. They were like, "Well, we can do a secured card for $300." I was like, "I'm bringing in all this money, what?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"Well, yeah." But I was like, "I'm not. No,
Yeah.
I'll use my fucking debit card still. Fuck it."
You can like learn to live around it, but that stuff is fucking important.
Yeah, I don't know how to live without it because like I've never really paid any interest, and I've gotten so much free shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like what I try to tell him, but he's debit card sell. He's like, this is the only way I'm doing life. When he goes to the gas station, he walks in. He doesn't use he immediately walks in, buys Juul pods,
Right.
fuel.
What's the lineup at the gas station? Juul Pods Monster?
Yeah, I'll get about 5-6 packs of Juul pods. 2 or 3 packs of Virginia tobacco, 3 or 4 of menthol, 5%. He's been getting monsters for me, like online lately, so I haven't been buying as many monsters.
That's the way
But then
to
I've been
go.
buying, like, I'll buy like 0-calorie Gatorade. Every time I go in the gas station, I spend a few $100s.
Yeah. As you should. As you should.
And not on gas.
That's like living the dream, like
Yeah.
as a little kid. When I was like younger,
And I'll buy like just different like kind of gum and stuff and like
Yeah.
dumb shit.
when I was like homeless, I would walk in the gas station with my like exact amount for cigarettes. And I'd be like, I'm not even going to go in the other aisles because I don't want to tempt myself with a life I can't afford. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now to go in a gas station, drop a couple $100, yo, that's a flex, dude.
Yeah. No, and they love him over there because he goes to the same ones.
They know what's up.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, this is our best customer.
Yeah.
They have a reward system.
No. He told me that the guy, like, one time he went to buy, like, some weird, like, pink disposable vape. And the guy,
Don't
like,
even sell it to him.
no, they sold it to him, but the guy was like, this looks delicious, and, like, licked his lips or something.
Oh, yeah.
gross.
Vaguely hit on him.
Yeah, because they're like, Indian guys. And, but like, yeah, this one guy, he was like, oh, gummy bears. I mean, I was like, oh, can I just spend like $2,000 a week here and you just don't do anything weird to
Right.
me, please? For Christ's
Or like,
sake?
can you like use that money to buy like a self-checkout?
Yeah,
No, he's probably a super fan.
Well, see, the thing is, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, a lot of times it's like if I spend a lot of, even if it's, like I get Uber Eats every day. And I spend $100, $150 on Uber Eats every day because I get like steaks and shit too for my dogs.
Yeah.
And if it's a lot of times I'll get the same driver, and then a lot of times like they end up starting to be weird. It's like I tip you like $20, $25. You can please just be normal and just give me my food and don't.
We were talking about this
They're
the other
like,
day.
hey, how you doing? Like they're worried about me. Like they think I'm eating like $150 worth of
they're not
steaks.
gonna-
Yeah, like, dude, you're not leaving your house
they're
to
not gonna
deliver the
make-
same steak every day. Are you okay?
Because the driver's like, I hope this guy's still alive. I got to make rent.
It's like, don't worry about what I'm doing with the food. I'm fucking it. Like, leave me alone. I got like a weird meat pile that I just roll around.
Disgusting, dude. You just
Let me live. I just want to live my life. I don't want to. I'm not trying to hurt nobody.
Yeah, like you really want to know, Uber Eats guy?
They're under my mattress. They're under my mattress.
You want to come inside and see some things?
Dude, I brought it up like on one of the first episodes that I think we should get all the pictures of all the Uber Eats because dude, all day. Half of them are customers, half of them are Uber Eats.
It's probably
we get all their pictures
$500-600
together,
a day. Like,
and
Uber
then we
Eats coming
literally
through.
set up like a fuck or not. Like I'd fuck that Uber Eats driver. I wouldn't fuck that one. I would fuck
Hell
this
yeah.
one.
Until you get a 14-year-old comes in here and delivers Uber Eats for you because his mom's driving. It's like, hey, go deliver the food.
Why you gotta put that on my chain, dude? Why you gotta do that?
Because
Turn
I
it
always
to a
think
nightmare.
I always think of the worst and most fun scenario.
I get it. What do you tip your Uber Eats drivers?
Nothing.
$3. $3.
You're a $3 guy.
$3 type of guy.
You're 15. You said.
I'm like usually like 20.
Everything's a mile
most of my
from
orders,
us.
It's usually like 18, 20 so percent. But the orders are big, so it's like 20, 22.
Yeah.
But I just do it because I just feel like I make a little bit of money, so it's like I should just.
I get that.
But I don't
feel like a
like
responsibility
I don't
to
like
do
how my app though it starts at like 18%. It's like, hey, Uber, like to like 28%. It's like what What are we
and
doing
then like
here?
one cloud will come over the shop, and they're like, "It's raining."
Yeah.
Feel bad for them. It's like,
How about you
Yeah.
guys?
they do
How about
that?
you? Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like your drivers.
Oh shit!
Like,
The driver doesn't make any money, and he's got leukemia, and
and it's raining, so
we
he needs
haven't
more.
paid him in 2 months. Please give him some money.
right.
It's like you guys pay him some money. Christ.
No,
I just want my food.
our job is to take the money. Your job is to give it.
Right.
Pig, pay up.
I like respect the company, so like I talk shit about it all the time.
Yeah, they're so like
I don't ever
absolute
use Uber,
over
With like
top.
the surge pricing. That's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
great, dude. Like,
Oh,
I
it's
don't care.
genius.
Yeah.
Because I don't use it because one, the food gets delivered and it's like not good, and then number two, there's nothing more American than going to the drive-through.
Right.
It's
And
the
what-
most disgusting experience you can have.
I mean, and they created something that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like not long ago at all. It was not a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you need it.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
yeah.
Dude,
No,
5
that's
years ago,
impressive.
nobody was using Uber Eats.
Right. Or Uber.
Yeah, and now
Yeah.
it's like one of the most.
And now you like can't
popular
survive
apps.
without it. I mean, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I would
I
just starve to death.
I would die.
Yeah, we talked about that on our podcast. Is like,
Like you used to have to call
apocalypse.
companies and be like, "Do you deliver?"
yeah, now you just go on your little mind drone device and you say, "Food." Hit the food button. I want the
Right.
food.
And now they have the other ones where you can just order anything.
Yeah.
Puff.
Like once in a while, I'll do like a hotel staycation thing.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving the room.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, room service doesn't have it. Well, maybe these 50 other apps do.
Yeah.
I will not leave the room.
Yeah.
I'll give them instructions on how to get up to the room. That's
Yeah.
the best.
Walk through the lobby, go
Yeah,
up to
dude.
the 13th
Yeah.
level.
We shot at a hotel a couple.
And
weeks
then I'm like,
ago.
leave it at the door. you
Yeah.
know?
We shot at a hotel a couple weeks ago, and we were like trying to check in, and the guy's like looking at us, and we both like I have a bunch of camera shit, and he's got like a backpack, and I just felt they like program these people so bad because like we're checking, and he's like check us in, he's like here for a staycation, guys, and we just both look like we're both gonna die.
Right.
It's like you see two men come to the Dalmar with 100 bags.
Right. You here for the day? The
Yeah,
weekend?
and he's just like so programmed to be like,
trying to tell you where the pool
"Did you
is.
enjoy? You guys here for a staycation?" And he looks back. He's like, "Did I do good?" And they're like, they have his family at gunpoint, and it's like, you know what I mean?
I'm like, yeah, man. Thanks. Thank you.
And we went,
Like,
you know,
no, we're gonna fuck each other.
Please let me just go up and shoot pornography.
yeah. And then we
I'm
filmed,
like,
few
I'm
hours.
jizz all over the wall.
and then we lowered the value of the room, and we left. But it's just like, yeah, you really can't. When are they going to start like a prostitution service on Uber? Like Uber Fox, where it's like you can just, you know what I mean? Where you can just be like, I'll take her $300.
You could do that.
I was about to say, it
I just
sounds like
gave you
your
an
idea.
idea. I want a cut of that. I need to get an SUV that I don't need. So
As long as it
Uber
has
cut me
the
in.
raining thing and it like shows a video of them walking there.
yeah,
Your hooker is walking in the rain.
Right.
yeah.
You got a tip now.
She has a bad ankle. Please boost her.
They have like a body. They have like a body chart, and it's like red over her ankle because it's injured. So you know, like where you
Oh,
know,
like heat signature.
yeah,
kind of,
yeah. So you know where it's injured.
Yeah.
Do you imagine you order a prostitute from Uber and it's like a big fat guy?
Yeah, because sometimes half the time it's like a different person than the picture.
Wait, I like
it's
this
like
idea.
the girl's boyfriend's delivering it.
Wait,
different
let's think about
car.
this for a second. So you would sign on. What are you calling it? Uber Fox?
Uber Fox, yeah.
And like you get a notification and it's just
Yeah.
random people and they're like, it's only a black way. I'll take this.
Yeah.
You know, it's like everyday people,
Yeah.
not like just professionals.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think that'd be kind of cool.
Do you know how many jobs I'd create?
Dozens.
At least 5.
Yeah, at least 7 or 8 jobs. I mean, for people who
Yeah.
are desperate.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think you're onto something, dude.
I would never use that app because it seems like an absolute horror, but I would like to be profiting from that.
I would.
You would definitely use that app.
We would sometimes for a shoot. I'd be like, we're just gonna use Uber Fox. That's where we're
Like
get the
it'll
talent.
have the different levels like Uber has. You know?
Yeah.
You'll have deluxe options. And
Yeah. And like maybe you'll have like a random button where it just sends a random person. You don't know. You don't even get to
Yeah, and
see
as
them.
soon as it hits from midnight to 6 in the morning,
It's like some
surge
s-
pricing.
Some 70-year-old man. He's like barely awake. He's on so many meds, but he's like nice. So you fuck him, you know, 'cause he's trying to do a good job.
Yeah. Like some caretaker just wheels an elderly man in your hotel room. It's like this is Stan. He's got to make ends meet.
He wants to work. He likes to work.
Uber said he was too old to
I
deliver.
know you have questions.
I do have some
for them.
questions. Yeah.
Because even when I started to get comfortable and hang out with them, I was like, yo, I got to ask, dude. Because obviously,
People at home have to know.
I'm not in the porn industry.
Yeah. Well, none
What
of
do you
them.
got?
Either are we.
I want to know, how'd you kind of like get into that?
Look at all my beverages. I have 30. How did I get into porn?
Join your.
Okay, Nick, where are your beverages?
Come on, where's the bevies?
Soon to be gone AMG key.
See,
He's like,
this is why you're not successful. Look, we all have beverages. I have
Yeah.
3, but
The
look.
more beverages, the better.
so he came to like, yo, how'd you get into the industry? He showed him his 3 drinks. He pulled out 2.
Join your third.
He's like, okay.
We're getting there in
Starting place?
process.
Yeah.
So originally, Craigslist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an ad.
Well,
you
when
saw that.
wanna
so
be
like
a
I was
millionaire.
in the like, this was like 11 years ago. I was in the Marine Corps, and I'd found I was fucking people off Craigslist for fun, mostly. I'd
This was like
I'd
before
post ads.
before Tinder.
It wasn't all fun.
Not all the time,
Sorry.
because I did some gay stuff
Right.
with gay men.
Which was way more fun.
Yeah.
That's where the money's at, though, right?
No.
No. Oh. Sorry.
That's the lie.
He said for free. He just said for free,
So is that-
for fun,
so is that-
sometimes.
But I legit was just, I would also like hook up with like chicks that not all the time were hot, but some hot chicks off Craigslist for free. But so I was just on Craigslist having a good time for a few months. And then I saw an ad to be a stripper at bachelorette parties. So I replied to that, and I did that for a little while here and there. And I
No
was like,
stripping experience.
no, none. No, I just had a few beers, and I put a cop outfit on, and I just fat women in a hotel. And like, I thought I'd arrived. I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever done.
Right.
A couple $100 and
Nice.
And then I was getting kicked out because I was a degenerate, insane alcoholic menace person when I was in the Marine Corps. And so I started thinking like, oh, well, I bet I could do porn maybe. Because I was like, I'm going to work construction or, there's no future for me. So,
Yeah, it was time to evolve.
which is really, that's the ideal way to get into porn is like, you have really no other plans or options.
Tattooing similar.
Yeah.
It's like this is my last option. I have to
Yeah.
make it work.
Plan Z.
Because I was like, let me just, I found an agent on Craigslist, I was like, well, I'll try doing gay porn in Florida. And then if that doesn't work, I'll kill myself or just work at Sam's Club.
Always got plans.
Very strategic thinker.
And I came down here and I was like, this is fine. Nothing wrong with this.
Dude, I feel like I've used that thinking to get through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like if that doesn't work, I'll kill myself.
Yeah.
And like finding like comfort in that.
Yeah, it's not a bad way to go through life. It worked for me.
Yeah.
And then see the thing is it's if you're just a dude who's like kind of in decent shape and has like a decent sized cock, it's very easy to get into gay porn. You know what I mean? So to me, it was like, I just assumed, not knowing anything, that like you had to do gay shit for a while before you could do straight shit. And I'm bi anyway. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I remember talking to the agent in Florida. I was still in the Marine Corps. I was like behind like a fucking like storage container outside smoking cigarettes. And I was like, I'll do anything, whatever, gangbangs, fucking whatever. Black dudes, I don't care, whatever you want. I'm ready to make some money. I'll do girls too, I don't care.
Whatever you tell me.
Anything, even girls.
I'm about to be a homeless person. I don't give a shit.
It's like you were part of the gay mafia.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll do whatever you need.
You got something to suck, I'll suck it. And I had a go get 'em attitude. I was ready to solve any problem.
You're ready to be a winner.
Yeah, I was ready to win. Yeah, I was ready to succeed.
Tell me about your audition with your agent, how you earned your position.
Yeah, well, he like picked me up or something, and then he was like, maybe like a 5'8", 5'7", like kind of Mexican dude. Nice looking, like sweet looking man. A little bit chubby. Probably about like 35 maybe.
Did you like initially feel safe?
Yeah, he seemed nice. He seemed nice, and we did like paperwork that like I didn't have to do. It basically said like I own you for the next 2 years.
Right.
And then he was like, "What?" We talked about a few things, and then he was like, "All right, let's go upstairs and we'll do the audition." And he just pulled out his like fully erect cock that was like at least 9 inches. It was
Right.
big. And he was like, "Make it come." And I said,
Wow, talk about pressure.
"Yeah."
Yeah, damn.
And I did. I sucked him off in the bathroom. He came in like 3 minutes.
That's impressive.
And that's why you drive a Rolls Royce.
That's right.
That's why.
Take
No,
notes,
you're good at
Cam.
what you do.
That's how you function under
So
pressure.
I was like-
at that
I was
moment,
like,
he
this
was
is-
like, "You're the man." He was like, "I
I
got
think
you."
he said, "Yeah, good job."
Cam needs that.
Like pretty good.
He needs a happy ending. He said pretty good.
Yeah, I just had a, and then,
Was that a big confidence booster for you? Like, I can do this?
I figured I'd be fine at it. I figured I'd be okay. But then I realized like I wasn't quite, and for a while, like, I had a decent amount of gay shoots the first year, but for a while I was thinking like, oh, I'm going to be a big gay porn star.
Yeah.
I'm going to be big time, top, gay, bummer.
You think of gay
number
porn,
one.
you think of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I realized like I wasn't quite like good looking enough. I wasn't doing steroids. Like my dick was a good size, but it wasn't huge.
Right.
But then I started doing some like fetish type shoots, where I'd lick women's feet and I'd like be inside like dog cages and they'd peg me and then, they'd chain me up to something and then like use my penis, like, ride it and then like squeeze my balls and
Step on it.
And I was like, okay, and I was getting booked by this company a bunch. And I was like, this is cool. All right.
So you're like, whatever, this is just a work day.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm
making money.
transitioning into this because like, I washed out of mainstream gay porn. I'm not good enough. So
it didn't feel like a promotion.
well, it was kind of cooler. It was cooler in a way to me because it was like, I get to work with the ladies now.
Oh, okay.
Because,
And that was preferred?
yeah. I'm more into girls, but it's like, I've always been like bi. So stuff with guys is like fine, but it's like,
But like you said, it was like you thought it was harder to get in like with the women.
yeah. But see, the thing is like, and as a guy starting off, if you haven't done any porn, it is much more difficult to get into straight porn,
Right.
with the ladies. But it's actually like, if you do gay porn first, it makes it way harder to get into straight porn. Because
They
basically you do like
but-
you suck a dick one time and then they're like, oh, you're gay. You're a faggot.
Yeah.
So then it's kind of like, the companies are like, well, you have to wait a while. You have to wait 6 months or a year.
Let 'em
You
forget.
have to use a different name. You have to like say you've never been gay before. It's like,
Get facial reconstruction.
and to me, I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm half gay. I don't care.
Yeah.
So I just did the weird, but the fetish people, they were like, they took whatever they could get.
Right.
So I had a dick that worked and I was able to do weird gay shit. Like I put a
You're like,
dress
I don't
on.
know if this is a problem,
Yeah,
but
'cause
I've
like-
done gay. They're like, get in the cage.
Yeah, they're like, so I was like, this is great. You know what I mean? Because I put a dress on, suck somebody off, then I could like fuck a chick. I could, pull girls around in like carriages. They had these horse carriages.
Oh, you're
and-
out in the field. Right?
Oh, yeah. This was up in like middle of nowhere, Florida.
Right.
It was they had crucifixes it was next to a pig farm. They would
Sounds just
strap
like-
guys up to these crosses and like whip them. Not me, but there was other guys that would, and they torture their balls and it was a good place.
There's just like a lot going on, like a carnival kind
Yeah.
of.
It's like the food court of sexual experiences.
So that was my like what I did for a year and a half before I started family therapy. That's where family therapy came from.
Yeah.
Darkest place on the planet.
And then what was that transition like? You're like, yeah, I think I could do this on my own
Well, it was like, I'm going to end up having to get a job at,
at some point.
at a gas station. Because like even those shoots, like they were still there, but they were slowing down a little bit. There was barely any gay shoots anymore that I was getting booked for. So I was like, fuck, dude, I'm going to have to get a job at Home Depot or do construction again.
Right.
And I was like, fuck, dude, I need to make some money. So I was like, let me start filming my own stuff. And, I'll do like foot jobs or hand jobs. Like I didn't have much money. So I was like, I can't, you could pay a girl $100, $200 to do a foot job.
Yeah.
I didn't have like $800 to pay a girl to have sex.
Yeah.
But I figured it out. I weaseled my way into it.
I just imagine the Home Depot manager and you handing him the resume and he's like, what jobs have you done? And you're like, hand jobs, foot jobs, blow jobs.
Or he's just like, I've done a lot of physical trade work.
Right.
I've been licking women's feet on a pig farm for the
Right.
past 2 years.
Have you ever heard of a naked rickshaw?
You ever seen Men on Edge? This is a video of me getting jerked off
Right.
by a pier
Yeah.
in
they'd be
San
like, why do you
Francisco.
write map on here?
But yeah, that was my big fear though, man. Like when I was transitioning to like, oh, I got to start making my own videos was like trying to get a job, like getting a job at Home Depot, successfully like lying on my resume. And then like a year later, my manager being like, hey, can you come in the office? We need to have a little talk. And he just pulls up me, like a video of me sucking off like 5 guys. And he's like, this doesn't really represent our company values. You doing all this you know. And then, but he
All
really
this
just wants me
silly
to suck
stuff.
him off to keep my job or something. And I'm just like, I don't want that to be my life. I gotta like answer.
Another audition. Fuck.
So I was like, I have to like make my own porn and like make enough money to just, you know, survive.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, that's all I was trying to do at first.
What do you think, Cam? You're up for it?
Pretty solid.
That
He
life?
was like, I don't ever want to watch porn again. It's terrifying.
Just been like,
He's like, wait, how many cars you have?
I just want to be like, all right, Cam, let's go in the bathroom, make it come.
You think you could handle that kind of pressure?
No.
No, you'd freak out.
Yeah, terrible under pressure.
You're a tattoo artist, though.
Yeah.
You're permanently marking someone's body.
In my environment, though, yes.
I mean, Cam's
Somebody else can. be
in his
environment.
own. He's done his own cage work, and earned his seat.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
maybe not. Maybe the abuse was a little different, but it was really the
There.
same.
More mental than physical.
It was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know if this relates to your industry, but like you have to have strong mentality here, you know, because you have to like be able to look past like the fact that it's permanent, the fact that someone's in pain. You know, you have to deal with heavy critiques and views on like your creative process and what you're creating, and
People are super judgmental in our industry. Probably
Yeah.
like the same in yours.
yeah, I mean, you feel, especially in the beginning, you feel exposed, you know.
Well, the key to you know, to my success is that so many people in my industry are so bad at what they do. So if me just kind of making stuff that's like a little better than mid, I'm good.
Yeah,
There's a lot of bad porn out
Yeah,
there.
there's so, you know what I mean, there's so much that's very
Well, it's like
not great.
I think anything creatively, like there's so much shit that's just so abhorrently mid that it's like if you do something that's even like a little bit better, people are like,
There's a fuckload of bad tattoos out there. So you
Yeah.
see
Like,
a good
whoa.
tattoo and you're like,
someone's trying over here.
I like this guy.
yeah, it's like
Subscribe.
I'm sure you guys see awful tattoos.
Bro, and that's kind of what it was like 10 years ago. If you
Yeah.
did something a little better than mid, they're like putting you in a magazine.
Yeah.
And then Ink Master came out, and now everyone knows everything. And like now you have to be, and then social media actually too, Instagram, you
Yeah.
have the ability to view all this stuff everywhere. You have to be really good and work really hard, and not only just be good, be able to market yourself, like to even get a chance to
Yeah.
maybe stick out from the rest.
Yeah.
So hopefully, you know,
Well, because
I
the
don't know
same,
if that's good.
the
or
same
not.
thing happened with like being a barber. Like I'll see Instagram clips of these barbers doing all kinds of weird shit. Like they got like
Yeah.
nitrogen freezing guys' hair and then like chipping away with a little rock.
Flamethrower.
Yeah, it's like, bro, it's
this
weird.
gizmo in his hand.
Yeah, and he's doing like all kinds of weird, like erotic movements to like, and the haircut's like $80. Like, what happened?
Yeah,
to just-
that's like cheap.
yeah.
for
It's
those
like what
haircuts.
happened to
That's
just
a cheap haircut.
going to Supercuts and letting some slightly drunk 45-year-old mother of three just give you a bowl cut and fuck up your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I was getting expensive haircuts for a while, and then it hit me while I was in the chair. And I was
Yeah.
like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
I could wear a hat.
Yo, just
Yeah.
go to the hood. You'll get a fire haircut for $20.
That's a little bit bigoted.
No, it's not. That's what your boy does.
Yeah, bro. Because it's like I go to my barber, it's like $40, and he's great because he's like a guy from New York. He's been shot a couple times. I've been going to him for like 7 years.
Like he gets it.
Yeah, and he'll be talking to me about the vaccine. He's like, "Hey, yo, Nick, I got an idea." I'm like, "What is it?" He's like, "If everyone else gets the vaccine, I don't gotta get it."
Work hard.
He's on to something.
I'm like, "Bro, I love you so much. I'm coming back next week. I don't even need a haircut."
He's like, I put it in your hair.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like and I'm like, "This is great."
Right,
Because like Max used to get his haircut like every 2 weeks in high school,
right.
and I'm like, "You're in high school. Who cares?"
I
yeah,
used
'cause
to
your mom
every
takes
every
you.
2 weeks in high school is normal.
Yeah,
I just don't have the time for that shit no more.
you were getting your haircut every I would go like 3 months.
Well, that's like what I'm doing now.
Yeah, I would look like a complete homeless person.
I just
that.
like didn't get a haircut in high school.
Yeah, that's actually kind of smart. You had like really long hair.
Yeah,
Yeah, we saw the. Yeah,
You
look
for real did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he,
That's like
he
180.
ain't
it was
haircuts.
wild,
That's like I can't imagine you would like, you know, Ozzy Osbourne.
dude.
Long hair.
I would do like the emo scene hairs too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because that was the only
have
way you could
photos?
get the scene girls, and that's what I wanted because they were damaged.
Yo, what's crazy is like at point of time, it's like dudes and females had the same hair.
And
They
pants.
just had like the. both of
Yeah,
them.
I want that kind of hair. I kind of.
that'd be
I just-
sick.
Bro, you got that kind of hair.
I don't know what I get a haircut like every 2 months, and I'll usually get like really short, kind of like high and tight, and trim the beard a little bit. It's like I kind of like it, but then I'm like, I don't.
I hate hair.
Yeah, I might have just shaved my fucking head. I don't care anymore.
You should. You look great.
I've been thinking about it, but my ears are kind of big, so it's like, oh.
As long as you keep the beard, you're fine. That's what I tell people.
That's legit the life hack, is just have a nice beard.
Andrew
you
Tate,
can
just go
literally-
Andrew Tate mode.
Have a nice beard, or like have like 5 o'clock shadow like him, like permanently. Because you just look like
You like that?
Yeah, it's great. I love
You
it. I
notice
wish
I
I
always
could
have it?
Yeah, it's dude, I'm just like, it just looks like you're constantly
You know
under
what it
extreme
is?
duress.
You know what it is? Just shave once. Well, I guess you have to adjust this based on who you are. For me, it's once every week and a half you shave.
That's
You
it.
don't shave, you just buzz it.
Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you complain about it the whole time.
Yeah.
To yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to get laser hair removal. I fucking hate myself.
Because like
If this grows back,
you
I'll
look like
kill
a
myself.
hard money lender, and I love that. I'm like, this is so like, I'm like, this is great.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Wait, have you ever had like a beard, like a grown up beard?
One time I got so frustrated I didn't shave for like 2 months. And I think Seth was like, yo, you can grow a beard. I'm like, yeah. It was like, but it wasn't even that long.
Really?
I don't know. Like it will, but I get frustrated. I hate it because it's like itchy and like I just haven't been
Yeah,
able to
it's
make
terrible.
it past that point.
Yeah. I hate
You
mine
know?
too. I only keep it because if I shave it, I look like I'm like 10 years old.
Well, I have a red beard
Yeah.
too. I don't know if you knew that. I'm a pirate.
You're a redhead?
No, I have a red beard.
Do you really?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
Jesus.
Bad genetics.
Not like red.
Explains the no soul.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Keep that hidden.
Yeah. Because I always hated it, bro. Like the secret to like getting women is just have a beard and tattoos.
I think it's confidence.
Fake.
Beard and tattoos.
Yeah, no, he's right about like, because I think about like, because I don't really want tattoos very much, but like sometimes I just think about getting a full sleeve,
Yeah.
and because it would just
You'd kill it.
girls would just like me more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have sex for work, so I don't really have to,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because I just feel like I'm not that appealing to most women in like real life anymore. Because I feel like I look like a Civil War general kind of, but I'm like wearing like t-shirts and like just basketball shorts, so they're just like,
I like
who's
when
this?
you like get out of the McLaren and it's like NA kickball shirt.
It's great, dude.
And I'm like making a video on TikTok, be like, how many guys do I have to suck off to sit in this McLaren? And it's like NA kickball fucking. Like, it gets like 1 million views.
Cam, you think you could be a porn star?
I already hate being on camera
What
as
are
it is.
your circumference, Cam? Width, circumference? What are we?
I don't know. Maybe like 7, 8.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Seth does know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're ready for an audition.
We have 2 audition rooms here at the shop.
3 if you count the piercing room.
You're right. Look who's
Piercing room's
counting.
probably the best one.
Yeah.
I mean, you do
There's
POV
been
stuff.
a
They never
few.
know it's
There's
you.
been a few auditions. in
I
that piercing
remember
room.
like in the first year I was doing videos or something, like I did like an audition for because I did a few like straight scenes early on too. Because like when you're starting in gay porn, before any of your gay scenes come out, they can get you a few straight scenes like sneakily. Like, so I did like an audition
tell
for
anyone.
like, yeah, it was like, they were like, don't tell anybody you're like gay.
Right.
You'll get in trouble. But I like one of the owners of Bang Bros, like at the time, I just went in a little room with them in their compound they used to have in Miami. And he was just like, all right, get your dick hard. And I just was like jerking off, like looking at him for like 2 and I got like 3/4 of the way there. And he's like, that's good. That's good. Okay. Good job.
Stop.
And it's supposed to be weird and awkward. Like, I don't think he wanted to see me jerk off, but it's just like,
What were you thinking
And-
about?
Good question.
I was just thinking about how happy I was.
And you could only get 75% off your happiness? No, fair enough.
I was thinking about how happy I was to not work on like a construction job site.
Yeah.
That'll
I
get
have
you
to like
ripped up real quick.
be on the job site at 5 a.m.
I see some of my boys do that.
Yeah,
I
it's
bet they're
rough, bro.
soft going to work, bro.
Yeah.
No, like there was a guy because I was doing construction after I got out of the Marines for like 3 months, and there was this one dude on the job site who was like a 50-year-old dude who's always drunk, hungover, It was probably 6 in the morning. And he was like, he got out of a bulldozer thing he was on. And I don't know why he said this to me, but like, I'd already told him I was thinking about maybe doing some kind of other job. And he like came up to me, he got out of the bulldozer thing, and he was like, John, you smell the beer on his breath. And he's like, if you can do anything else, go do it. And he just walked off into the mist.
You're like, are you God?
Yeah, so a couple days later, I packed my shit up in the
Bro, that was like
Corolla,
your seer
and I was
coming
like,
into your life.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sucking dicks for money in Florida.
Right.
I'm escaping this.
I'm living my dream.
Dude at the
do
auditions,
very
like-
little and just suck off people a few times a week.
Dude at the auditions, like, so why are you here? And it's like, so this guy at the construction site
Told me to live my dream.
and like now you've made it. And like one thing I think is once you made a little bit of money, you realize like you don't have to like worry about stuff as much anymore, and it settles. You realize, hey, I can kind of have whatever life I want. And like I like the one that you've chose, which is like order Uber Eats, take naps, fuck girls, drive supercars.
It's all right. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sometimes no, I do like it, and my tolerance for doing anything like
Well, what's your
slightly different from that is like very little. Because I'm
Right.
just like, I don't want to do that. No, I gotta take a nap, bro.
What's
I'm
like your routine, like your day to day?
probably wake up like 9, 10, go for a run.
Like comfortably?
Yeah,
Like you're happy to wake up at the time?
Yeah.
All right.
And then go outside with the dogs for a while. Doom scroll TikTok for like 45 minutes on the toilet. Then like go for a run for like maybe like 3 miles outside. Go back outside with the dogs. Then change clothes. Get in the McLaren or Lambo. Probably go to the gym. Work out for an hour.
Those are the gym cars?
Yeah, normally, but I'll take any of them. I'll take the
Okay.
Rolls. I'll take the G-Wagon. Drink a protein shake, then do a little bit of work. Maybe work for like an hour.
What does
on,
that
like
look
computer
like?
stuff,
Like editing?
edit videos on Windows Movie Maker. Scroll TikTok. Look at open Instagram and be like, oh, I hate Instagram. Close it. You know what I mean?
But check every day in case it changes.
Yeah. Argue with some
Not
kids
today.
on TikTok. Argue with some 12-year-old about whether Aventadors are good to drive or not on TikTok. And then play like video games for like maybe an hour, and then get Uber Eats and then take a nap
Right.
for a good 2 or 3 hours. And then maybe usually go to a meeting at like 10 o'clock at night.
People are going to be seething over the fact that you work for an hour in the whole day.
Well, but
What do
see,
you
that's
think about that?
that's a non-shoot day.
impressive.
Yeah,
So on a
right.
shoot
Yeah.
day, it's I'll go to the gym and stuff, and then we'll try to shoot it like about noon. Put in a good I try to start at noon and be done by like 3:30.
But just
and then get on the road.
for those that don't know, you own, produce, do the film, star, you do everything
Yeah,
in this.
yeah.
So,
He
and
helps
then-
get me hard.
Right.
Best job I ever had.
All right, you too do everything.
Thank you.
What
Well, yeah,
what
but
do they call that?
he-
Like
yeah.
fluffer?
They call
They
hard
call
work.
that friendship.
Yeah.
All right.
That's your boy.
But Nick deals with some of the logistical stuff and some other other stuff, and then talks to the women for me.
Yeah. He doesn't ever speak to the women.
You put out like banger after banger after banger. Like what does that creative process look like? And is there pressure to constantly create like amazing content?
Yeah, the pressure is never ending.
Yeah.
I just shake.
Yeah.
Stressed out. No, really what it is, usually it's fine because I try to think of it as like there's infinite ways to fuck your little sister, stepsister. You know what I mean? There's always new ideas and my content's always been very simple.
Yeah.
I just try to make like the role play feel like authentically hot and natural.
And it's always role play, right?
There's always some kind of role play for the most part. Like we started a hookup therapy, which is like kind of a podcast thing where I
Oh,
just
yeah, I
kind of
like that.
I ask girls autistic questions and have sex with them. And
Right.
they're like, what is this? And I'm
Like you're
I don't
sitting
know.
there clothed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And you're just
and then
kinda
I start
talking.
like grabbing their boobs, and I'm like, how'd you like working at Costco?
Right.
And I start having sex with them, and then we
Right. They're like, it was okay. Our lunch break wasn't that long.
I'm like, nice.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. But most of the stuff is role play. It's like family role play, or I do like girlfriend role play, like hookup kind of role play.
And how
But
do you
that's
come
kind
up
of-
with everything?
I just like usually like I'll sit outside or in a bedroom by myself before the shoot, and I just like vape for like 20 minutes and just stare at the outside.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you need to come up with an idea, idiot. What's this shoot about today? You have to run your business. Right. And then I'll just, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's real. It's just 20 minutes of sheer panic while vaping.
Right. Well, because
But then I'll have like other ideas sometimes before I go to the shoots. Like, ideally, it's like on the way driving to a shoot, it's like maybe 20, 25 minutes to get there. I'm supposed to come up with the ideas. That a lot of times doesn't happen because I'm cutting people off. I'm like avoiding like people driving into me. I'm like dangerously speeding.
Yeah, there's no time.
Almost crashing my cars. You know what I mean? I talk to Nick about just ridiculous stuff.
Mostly politics.
Politics?
Yeah, tax law, things. Important things.
But it's all, I got a process. But that's the thing though, is like, I try to just consistently make videos that like if I do a shoot and I don't feel like the content was like good, like hot, doesn't matter how hot the girl was, like, and that I jizzed everywhere, it's like, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
Cause that's like, I'm letting down my fans and I'm letting myself down.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, to me, it's like, I love my job because it's like, I get to have sex with hot girls and create like videos that are dope. So it's like, that's what I try to do consistently.
No, I get that, and I know how serious you take it, and I can see the difference in like your videos to 99% of the other videos out there, and that's what I really thought was cool when we first started hanging out. I was like, yo, this guy takes this serious, and like this is an art form, and like it's not just I'm gonna put this out to like make money, like, and seeing that, like, oh, I shot this, I wasn't happy, like we didn't post anything, I wasted a ton of money today, like I'm not just gonna put this out there because I spent money creating it. Like I'm gonna put it out there like if I like the content that was actually produced. And I thought that was fucking cool.
Yeah, the other day we had a shoot where it's like the girl, a lot of times we film a couple scenes, and the second thing was like, she was a nice chick, but she kept fucking up the transition of like the scene of like, being my big sister, waking me, I was jerking off, and then she was mad at me because we were late for school. She grabs my dick, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Just because really she's sexually repressed.
Right.
I'm a liberated man.
Right.
I wake up, I'm late for school, I have a boner, I'm stroking it.
Right.
I'm free. She's mad at me for stroking it, so she grabs it and then can't stop stroking it because she's so secretly horny. So she's supposed to be yelling at me and then transition into like, you don't think I get fucking horny?
Right.
I'm not going to just start stroking my fucking cock, you pervert. And then she was supposed to get on top and just stick it in. And I'd be like, you're having sex with me. And she's like, no, I'm not, shut up. And it was but she couldn't kind of get that mental. So we did like 10, 11 takes, and then she got close. Yeah. But then it just kept, and I was like, okay, that's it.
Right. You failed.
It's a wrap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you're a failure. You failed. You failed role play porn. But she felt bad, and she was like, no, what do you mean? And I was like, I just don't want to try this anymore.
I'm not hard anymore.
Yeah. I was like, it's okay. I'm not mad. It's okay. But it's.
So you lied to her.
Yeah. I was very upset.
It was a rough ride home.
She was nice. It's not for, but see, as trying to be good at this job, it's my part of it is to know like this kind of girl can handle this kind of like role play and this kind of dialogue, and this girl can't. Yeah. She doesn't, but this girl was like close enough to getting it that I thought that she could, but after the third or fourth one, I should have been like, all right, different kind of scene. Yeah. You're asleep. I'm coming to
You're unconscious.
Right.
How old are you?
21.
Oh, you got your whole life. You haven't even started living yet.
No, I just got out of high school like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but that's.
Are you 21?
And I feel like all the kids now, like they just want to be YouTube stars. And like a lot of
everyone wants to be an influencer.
and everyone complains about it, like the parents. They're like, oh, my kid just wants to be YouTube. So like I go around to them and they're like, I just want to be YouTube. And I'm like, do nothing else. Give it all to that. Yeah. Fuck school, fuck whatever. Like if you want to be the best at something, it's all that. Like encourage them to do it.
You have to full send it for social media.
I don't know if that's true, but what? Oh yeah, the Liver King.
Strays out here on the Unemployable podcast.
I'm upset because I spent $1,800 on liver supplements expecting to get that physique, and I was lied to.
Liver Queen never appeared for you.
No.
You
And
either.
dude, that's the thing with the Liver King thing, man. It's like, yeah, everybody's like, oh, well, everybody knew he was on steroids. It's like, yeah, but some people like myself are impressionable enough and stupid enough to be like, well, maybe he just work hard and maybe
Right.
he
He eats
bull
weird.
testicle.
He eats
Right.
weird shit. So I'm like, yeah.
like
and, like,
there's a possibility.
It's like he's
Santa's real.
It's like he's ridiculously
You don't
jacked.
have to say it out loud.
But he's not like, he doesn't look like he's not like Mr. Olympia.
He looks like a fucking golem.
Yeah, but he doesn't
Part
look
of
like
me
Chris
wanted-
Bumstead. Like, he's
That's the
not
thing. He like emphasized so like emphatically a few times, like multiple times, like, oh, don't do this stuff, never touch this stuff, not gonna do this stuff. And I was like, okay, Liver King, I'll take you at your word.
Yeah,
And it's like,
because you're like, I want to be grifted.
right.
yeah.
Believe.
I mean, it's the same with everything. Like even in tattooing,
Yeah.
like people are like, "What's your setup? What needles are you using? What are you doing this?" And I've done it too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I use fucking black claw needles. That's not going to make you better though.
Yeah.
You know, hard work's going to make you better. Practice.
Have you ever had someone like come in and work it? It just was like not like, or like a pro who just was not good at tattooing, and you're like, oh, this is fucked.
Yeah.
Do you let like, what do? You let them still tattoo?
It depends. That's a good question,
Just fuck
actually.
people up.
It depends. It depends. So like, typically I don't even look at the artwork. I look at like, do you have the drive to work? Like, are you willing to give up everything for this? Like,
Perspicacity.
are you going to work 7 days a week? Can you handle that? Do you continuously improve?
Yeah.
Right? How's your mental state? How's your mindset?
Mess. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
not there.
Right.
Drunk.
Show me all your medication.
I have several dozen bottles I take every day.
Do you have humility, the ability to stay teachable, and open-mindedness to new ideas? Those are like the things I look for, especially the constant improvement. Because even if you like suck dick, like you're tattooing, like you're an autistic blind person, like if you just get a little better every day,
Yeah, it's worth.
and you have all those other core values set in place, eventually you'll be great. That's what I believe. Some
Yeah.
people are gonna be like, that's not true, he's retarded, whatever.
Yeah.
But I am actually more hesitant to take on the people that are naturally amazing, because I have in the past.
They're like ego and
Yeah, because they usually don't have the core values because things have just come easy. It's almost like the hot girl syndrome. Like you've never had to work for anything in your life,
Yeah.
and you're terrible in bed.
Yeah.
You know? Because it doesn't matter, because you've never had to apply any of these skills. You're just gifted everything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I've had a couple apprentices that came in and were just amazing. Like I had one, his second tattoo he ever did. Like he won first place at a big convention. And I was like, oh, you know?
yeah.
Because how can the ego not set in? You're like, I'm amazing. I'm getting all this praise. Like I'm the shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. You have to do all these other things. You have to be like everyone else. You know, you have to work your way to, or you're not going to earn it. If you don't earn it, it's just going to get away from you. Right? And what has happened time and time again is they get hit with something they don't want to do, challenge, obstacle, whatever, and they rely on the ego to get through that, which is like the worst.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck this, I'm better than this, I don't have to do this, whatever. And then that becomes their only survival tool, right? The ego. And then eventually they do heroin.
So you think like having very low self-worth is a key to being a tattoo artist? Or
No, but like the humility, like to know where you're at.
Yeah.
Like if those people could be like, I'm naturally good, I'm ahead of the curve,
Yeah.
but I'm also in my first year and I haven't earned any of this other stuff. And I'm grateful for this because they lack the gratitude a lot too. I think that person would do well. But you come in, you're like, yo, I'm the shit. I'm better than everyone here. That guy's been doing 5 years, 2 years, whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone should suck my dick and praise me. And like, it's going to go bad for you.
Or they could just kill you and take the shop.
That's right.
That's what I would do.
See, he's going to get to the top of the
That's how you hack it.
top
Right.
of the.
You just be a prodigy and then just throw a brick at John's head.
Well, dude, I sucked in the fucking beginning, dude. Like when I started tattooing, I was so bad.
Yeah.
Yo, you think some people you've seen are bad? I was worse.
Do you think you've gotten better over time?
A little each day.
That's cool.
You know? But like now I'm grateful for it because okay, so I sucked. Now I had to learn how to grind clients. I had to learn how to market it. I had to learn how to, have relationships with people in the shop. Like all the other things that would like keep me in the industry.
Yeah.
Because you can't suck and not market yourself. You get no clients. You can't suck and be mean to everyone you work with. You can't suck and talk shit to everyone. Like you can't do those things.
At least not in our industry. Because just nobody puts up with it.
Maybe anywhere.
It's anywhere. Amy
Yeah.
Schumer gets the same thing. She sucks at everything and everyone hates her.
Yeah. So like it forced me to learn these skills, which I 100%, like, thank God I didn't have the natural talent. I would be the piece of shit that ends up doing heroin.
Yeah.
I just did the reverse. I did heroin first and then, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, and it made me like have humility, gratitude, respect others, work hard, grind, because I had no other fucking choice.
Yeah.
So like by the time the artwork caught up, like I had those things in play, and a lot of like the conversations you and I have, they're rarely about the artwork. Yeah. It's like, yo, keep your head on your shoulders. It's the
artwork comes, that. It's
right.
just
Respect others. Like, yo, when we go to this shop, like be respectful. When we go to the convention, this is how you handle yourself. This is how you do this. You treat the client amazing. That's like what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Not like the artwork aspect.
Yeah, because it's kind of like him, right? Like there were two roads you could take kind of to doing like the sex work. I hate that word. It irritates me. But it's like he legit chose the hardest route. He chose like the Elden Ring, Dark Souls, chained up, like having maggots eat your wounds. It's like
builds character.
Yeah, but it does. It's like he's able to put up with so much bullshit.
And when I started too, making my own videos, it was like I was nobody. I was some weirdo, having like an old man suck me off while dominatrix like called the guy gay. Like I did weird shit for
All right,
years.
Steven, you're my stepsister.
Yeah, nobody knew who Alex Adams was or anything. So I was like, I have to like try to make cool videos for really cheap that are like really good somehow.
Right.
And I'm nobody.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I didn't expect it. I just wanted to make like enough money to be able to like pay rent, you know what I mean? And like do something I kind of liked, So like, I didn't take anything for granted, and I was just like, I had to earn like every little bit of.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and
it's just like, there's guys that, they've worked for browsers and all these big companies as male talent for years. And then they start trying to make their own videos and start OnlyFans and stuff. And a lot of their content's like, it's whatever. It's mid at best. It's like, cause they're not trying to actually create content that's good. They're just like, I'm this guy. People will watch the videos cause it's me.
Trying to get fame and money, right?
Yeah. And it's like, not really, dude. Like you can make a little bit of it. You're not going to make real money like that.
Right. This video is soulless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even like what I do, man, it's like my stuff's so simple, but the stuff I think about when I'm making a video, like no other porn producer in the world thinks about.
Severe.
Like, is the content I'm trying to create today hot? Will people want to jerk off to it? What does it feel like? I don't, just the simplest shit, bro. It's like most of these companies don't even like.
Yeah.
They're just running off stuff off like computer algorithms and shit. They're like, put this girl, big boobs, yellow dress, her husband's playing video. Like it's so like.
And when you create something you don't like, will it like ruin your week?
Yeah.
That's the hit.
I just like.
Remember when
punch myself in the balls
when you did like your first
over again.
Your first tattoo that you really didn't like?
Yeah, you just gotta sit there and simmer on it. You feel like shit.
Yeah, dude.
You're like, this sucks.
It's like your whole life.
I don't even want to post this to Instagram.
Your whole life, you finish work. All right, so you do, a video you don't like. You do a tattoo that just fucking sucks. You're disappointed in yourself.
Yeah.
And now you're after work.
Yeah.
Your options in the past were go to sleep, watch TV, play video games. All of a sudden, there's a new option after you do that shitty tattoo, and it's kill yourself. And that option never goes away.
And it's not as hard as people think it is. Well, yeah,
you don't have to brag, dude. Well, for his failures out here.
Like if he makes a bad video, you just go into the hard drive and hit the delete button. It's like you do a bad tattoo and that client comes in, they're like, "Hey, Cam," and you're just looking at it. You're just like,
that's easy. You just leave the shop and go.
It's easier for me now because I can
get the cheese grater out.
Like I can do some shoots and like not put them out, or I can put something in like, okay, this is kind of mid. I'll just throw it up on OnlyFans. I'm not going to put it on other member sites or. But I mean, I try to make the best out of what I got to work with sometimes. But it's like just, I mean, this past week, man, 2 shoots in a row were just both bad. And like, I felt pretty shit. Like we had like a talk on the phone for like 2 hours just about how our failures and our business is going nowhere. And
Like a pep talk.
well, yeah, we're never going to
Something
succeed.
like that.
Yeah. What are our options? But that's because I'm like, but everything's great. But it's like, if I'm not like, I'm just, especially the last couple of years, I'm like in this mode of like, I got to keep growing everything. If my business isn't growing, I'm a bad person and I should kill myself. Yeah. And part of that is really good, but then you got to watch that a little bit sometimes.
Go down a dark, cold stone paved path.
Yeah, I just get ice cream every day and then want to kill myself.
Do you watch porn for inspiration? Like
Yeah, I watch my own porn, yeah.
So you,
It's the only porn you should watch.
yeah. I mean, like same thing for us. Like I'll go back and I'll literally stare at a
But-
tattoo that I just did like for 8 hours.
To me, it's like
pick it apart.
usually because it's like, you know, I'll be like editing the videos and then I'll just get bricked up. I'm like, fuck, this is time.
Right.
And then sometimes like I'll jerk off to some of that and then I'll watch some other ones. Like sometimes like I'll go on like one of my member sites and I'll be like, I fucked all these, holy shit. Like, it's like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, who let me do this?
Like-
who let me have sex with all these women?
Where are all their parents?
Sex Groundhog Day.
But then I'll go on, and if it's 50, 60% now, like just my own videos. And then the other part's like really weird, disgusting compilations on X videos of just like weird pirated orgies and like just
dark things.
with like music on it. You know what I mean? Like
it's-
just playing,
he
and just
showed-
cum shots.
He
And
showed me some of it. It's something.
I like cool content. You know what I
need
mean?
a
So if
mo-
it's
I need
not
a
one of my
moment.
videos, it's some really weird stuff like some like Indian 14-year-old like spliced together and put up on X videos. You know?
It's like it grows. Your acquired taste. and stuff.
Yeah. Because I'm a gentleman. I want to just watch fucking Reality Kings video. I need to see something interesting.
Right.
You know, I want like videos. It's like,
What do you watch, Cam?
Alex Adams.
That's right, baby.
Good answer. Thank you for that. Make sure you're paying though.
I always have been like I always have preferred like POV. That was another
Now, see,
question
like-
I had. Like, have you always wanted to do POV?
you like
No,
hold it
see,
right
when I
like,
saw-
like versus like a
And,
setup
line it up
camera.
with your thighs.
I never watched that much POV. Like, like 8 years ago, like kind of when I was starting, like when I would go to watch porn. Yeah, I mean, mostly I was watching like weird shot out, like Brazilian gangbangs and like fucking ridiculous shit.
Well, I feel like POV's maybe grown a little
But
bit.
yeah, no, it has. But
Yeah.
I started the POV out of necessity because I was like, I don't have a camera guy. I don't have money for a camera.
Gotta do this
guy.
by myself.
I was like, I gotta hold the camera. And then I realized like, then that became my style. You know what I mean? And like I really fucked with it. And then the more I got into that, like the more I liked watching POV stuff too. You know what I mean? So I still watch other stuff, but like POV is like definitely like a big thing I watch now. But mostly like my videos because everything else is just kind of mid. So
Sorry,
Disrespect.
trying to hide a sneeze. It just came out. So you would say your favorite type of porn is like POV. Do you have like a favorite category?
Alex Adams.
Alex Adams. You have a favorite
Family
like, category?
Family Therapy XXX.com.
Link in bio.
Could you imagine on YouTube you put the link to every member?
I really do though.
all
Like
4
I
members
will
say-
be on, my Family Therapy, like my member site, and just be jerking off, having a good time.
I'm giving myself the view.
I could like picture you testing the quality of videos with like a stopwatch jerking off. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck, 45 seconds. The last one was 30.
Well, he's a big fan of getting.
See, what's great too is like I'll still like I'm not very good at sex still.
Nice.
I'm
I'm pretty mediocre. Am I
yeah,
not?
like I'll fuck like I'll be like 2-3 minutes in the scene if a chick's really hot, like, and I'm like, come on, fucking calm, bro. I gotta fuck for another 20 minutes, like,
Don't move.
I've gotten good at like at being able to like last longer and stuff, but I'm still like, yeah, I know how to like make shit hot, you know what I mean, and look good, but it's I don't know some guys that do porn like they have to like do all kinds of crazy shit to come, and like I'm ready to jizz anytime,
Anywhere.
anywhere.
They got to shoot stuff in there.
Like right now, 2 minutes, I get hard right come.
Would you look at Cam? Could you look him in the eyes and come no problem?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Well, let's do that then. Unemployable podcast first. Go ahead.
Right. All right, Patreon.
Go ahead and zoom the lens for a sec. Cam, this is the audition. Go ahead.
Just get staring contest.
Nick could like squeeze my balls a little bit. Like, I'm big on ball play,
Nice.
and rimming. That's really, I really like that a lot too.
And
But,
what?
Like the licking the butt.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I just didn't hear what you said. Rimming.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what rimming is. But I don't like with like the ball stuff. I don't like, some girls will suck on it too hard. Like they'll try to pop the nut in their mouth. And it's like,
Yeah.
whoa. I just want your whole face on my nuts. Like just try to, get inside my nutsack, lick on it. Like love it. Caress it. Don't
Like
just
those, like, nail
don't try to
toys
suck.
where you imprint
Don't try to suck one of my balls out of the sack. Don't try to rip my ball sack out.
Right.
I had a girl do that once. I yelped like a dog. She did it, and I was just like, whoop! I was like, please don't do that again.
Yeah.
It was awful.
I've heard this little secret going around the girl community. They think it's a secret where if they're afraid that their man is going to come too soon, they purposely grab their balls too hard to stop them.
Really?
Yeah.
Imagine if your dude has some weird, ball torture fetish, and you try and do that. He just immediately
I've never tried that. I might try to do that. To be better at my job.
You're gonna crush your testicles.
Let's give myself like I'm gonna be fucking. I'm just gonna like a little tap in the nuts. I'm like, But I've had this theory, man, because like when I used to years ago work at that weird, BDSM farm place, because there was guys that would come, they wouldn't get paid, and like their thing, they'd like chain them up and whip them because they were just like into that, or they, a lot of times they'd be wearing like leather masks and stuff, so their wife and children wouldn't see them being tortured on the fetish website. But there was guys that would come too, and they'd get
Dad?
yeah, like they'd get kicked in the balls.
Not.
Like they were into just getting their balls tortured, and like there'd be 3 women sometimes wearing like boots, big boots, and they'd just be like just mercilessly kicking this dude in the nuts.
Right.
And I'd see him like get boners and shit a lot of times. They get kicked in the nuts for 2 minutes and then just immediately just like pop up raging boner.
Right.
And I was just terrified. But it's like exhilarating.
wired
It was
different.
like, wow,
Right.
this is, but then part of me's wondered like, is that because that initial, like even just like a good solid tap in the balls hurts terribly
Yeah.
to me. And most guys, I feel like. But maybe there's like a threshold. If you do like 2-3 good hits, then it starts feeling good. Maybe.
Because
That's how you get into like, you get into
Right.
it. And I've just never gotten past that point.
Could you imagine how horrific? You have to go through like the most excruciating pain possible to get just a little bit of pleasure.
No, but then maybe it feels amazing.
Well, dude,
Once you,
we'll get that. Like, I've had here and there clients that just like get off on the pain of tattooing.
Yeah, well-
honestly, it's kind of uncomfortable.
They're like
Like
I
for me, not
can't
for
wait.
them.
like
They
do it
love
and
it.
they're like, oh.
Yeah,
I
like, I'll
can't
be, like,
wait for the
digging
second session.
and they're like moaning, and when I know it's real is like when they're trying to hide the fact that they're moaning.
Yeah, like when it's a soft moan.
Yeah, there's some like fakers that just like do it for attention.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, and you're like, all right, whatever. Like, I'll help you find your dad. And then there's some that are like, and I'm like, oh no, it's one of them.
Breathing a little heavy, and you're like, oh, they love this.
Right.
Yeah. Well, because remember, I wanted you to make a TikTok where like you put the stencil on me and you like step away for a second, you come back, and I'm just like immediately bricked up.
I wish we fucking made that.
I
video.
did that. It would have been so good. It would have got immediately taken down. God, it would have.
Well, that was like in the early days for
cum your
me
pants?
creating content where
Yeah, that
like
was
I
like
had
a year
all
ago.
these things that we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then once I got banned a couple times, they like crushed my dreams.
Yeah, 'cause you
I'm like,
can't
you
have
can't
fun.
even have fun.
Yeah. I remember we were trying to figure out how to make it look like I had a boner. Like I was trying to put like a water bottle down my pants or
Yeah.
something. I should have just taken a bunch of blue chew
It's like
and
when you
showed up.
start driving, like when you learn to drive a car and you're like, this is sick. You're like doing donuts. You're like driving